my friends. This is Brian, the Speaker for the Dead, coming to you today with a new topic for discussion. It's kind of been started because of a video I just watched for Doomcock that reminded me that I wanted to speak about this issue, and so I will. That is the issue of J.K. Rowling. Now, if you guys know the Doomcock video I'm referring to, that's great. If you don't, here's the gist of it. J.K. Rowling has been, for quite some time, one of the only sane voices out there talking about the fact that transgenderism is a problem. That treating men like women and women like men and letting them go into places where they should not be based on their gender for safety and health and just general common sense reasons, that's not a good thing. That this whole transgender thing is, if you want to live your life that way, that's fine. But it stops being fine when you put other people in danger. She put some posts out on April Fools, basically saying that, oh, there's these men who've decided that they're women so they can go to women's prison. They're in for sexual, misconduct, like rape and molestation and stuff. Oh, and it's fine and wonderful. And then came back and was like, okay, no, it's not. These are men and they don't belong in women's prison where they can possibly go and have access to injure more women. Granted, horrible, nasty women who are in prison, but still, they don't deserve to be victimized by some other scumbag to accept the other women, I guess. I don't know. So here's my point, and this is why I titled my video the way I did, is that J.K. Rowling, the problem I have with this is the same woman that when the 7th book in the series came out, which, by the way, I am a huge Harry Potter fan. I have listened to the audiobooks hundreds of times over the years on the road, driving. I love the Harry Potter books. I got into them around the time when the third or fourth book was out. My wife kind of introduced me to them. She wanted to start them, and I'm like, okay. It wasn't really, I had heard about it, but I was like, well, whatever. And she knows kind of what I like. I do like young adult novels and stuff. I think they're fun. I think there's a lot of interesting stories out there in that genre. Some of them are a little cheesy. Others of them are just fantastic. And I am going to do a live stream on that, or some videos detailing some book series that I suggest for you guys. Because I know that I have enjoyed them greatly. Everything from Lord of the Rings to Twilight. I know everybody just went, Twilight! But I already have done an actual live stream on Twilight, so I probably won't touch on that one again, so you're safe. You don't have to go back. Anyway, my problem with J.K. Rowling is when she released the 7th book, but like I said, caveat here, huge fan. Love the books. Love them. But when she released the 7th book, she'd spent all those years, all that time, made all that money. The movies were coming out. I mean, now there's Harry Potter World, but anyway, when that book released, she did a reading for a bunch of kids in London. I think it was, somewhere in England. And at that point, after all that time had passed, 7 books, only then did she come out and say in front of a room full of kids that Dumbledore was gay. What, did he just convert? What the hell happened? I was so mad at her over that. I couldn't believe the cowardice. I was like, you have had all these years, all this time, and the only reason you didn't tell everybody that is because it would have hurt your book sales. She already had some conservative Christian groups kind of being like, it celebrates witchcraft, blah, blah, blah. The usual suspects, the people that are like Looney Tunes about that kind of stuff. It's like, get over it. They're not telling your kids to go become Wiccans and Satanists. It's a fun story about wizards and witch. Get over yourselves. So she'd already had some problems with that. from the original, from the first books. But this was a whole different ball of wax. Now she just completely changed a character at the end. Now, normally I am kind of an originalist when it comes to authors and the works that they create. They can do whatever they want with them, and I think you should pretty well go with their vision. This would be the one of the few times I think that's an exception, because she did not say that anywhere in the books. It is never mentioned in the books. It is mentioned after the books, after the fact, and just like she tacked it on at the very end in some kids' reading of the books. And I'm like, oh, screw you. Dumbledore's not gay. He's never going to be gay in here. I don't care what you say. He wasn't in love with Gellert Grindelwald. You can go pound sand, JK. Like, that's bullshit. Like, if he was gay, you should have said that from the beginning and not tried to get all cute and you know, I don't want him to buy my books. How do I sneak this in there? I mean, just a cowardly thing to do. If you're all for gay people and gay rights, blah, 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 and all this stuff that they all say they're part of, it's like, have the courage of your convictions then and lay it on the table. Like somebody like Cassandra Clare does, who has gay people and bisexual people and two-spirit animal lover, whatever, which she has a great series of books called The Mortal Instruments that I love, and at some point in the future I'll talk about those. I introduced my kids to them when they were older and old enough to understand some sensitive stuff. But anyway, I'm glad she's here. I'm glad she's come to the, oh, look at that, I ran over a person. No, just kidding. I'm glad she finally came to the party and got off the woke train and realized that, hey, introducing all of these sexual ideas and all of this crazy stuff into children's literature and into a room full of kids about a famous character that you created, that now you just completely changed that character after the fact. Like, maybe not such a good idea. Maybe that's a real shitty thing to do to your own creation. Just saying. So I'm glad she's on board with this and that she's totally against the transgender thing, because I seriously think it is one of the most sinister things that is being pushed on us right now. I mean, it makes the gay marriage thing and all that stuff that's come before it look like child's play. I mean, that used to be the argument that I would hear people make. If they legalize gay marriage, what comes next? You know, marry. Do we legalize polygamy again? And do we legalize this? Do we legalize that? It's like, well, you're gonna have to apologize to the Mormon Church then, because that was, you know, you guys persecuted the crap out of them for that and stuff, when most people don't even understand what that whole thing was about. They just hear polygamy and go, bleh. Anyway, and as someone who's LDS, I know a little bit about that and understand what the real facts of that are. Anyway, maybe I'll do a video on that someday and people will be like, whatever, Mormon talking about Mormon stuff. But here's the deal. If you're going to support this stuff, have the courage of your convictions. And if you don't, then don't. That's all I'm saying. Welcome to the club, JK. Wish you'd have been on this train a long time before you actually showed up, because, you know, it would have been nice to have you actually be right back then. And not twist the nature of your own creation to put some political agenda in it. See how bad that sucks when people do that? Yeah. It's just, it's sad that she never figured that out way before now. Anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. Hope you get out there and have yourselves a great day. And I guess we have to celebrate the victories when we get victories and not when we don't. So, welcome, JK. Wish you'd have been here from the beginning. Talk to you guys next time. Bye now.